Welcome back to our EndNote video series. In this video, we will be covering how to edit references in your EndNote library. As you can see here, I already have some references in my library. I did this by importing PDFs, which you can check out in a previous video. However, if I click on the Reference tab, you can see that there are some items in my library where details such as the title, author, journal are not populated during the import process. This is because the Digital Object Identifier, or DOI number, is not found on the article. I am going to show you what to do when that happens. Firstly, we can try to do a search for the DOI of this article to see if there is one. Okay. So for this article, I'm going to just use Control C to copy, and then I'm going to go to Google and do a search. So when I go to the website, I can see the option to cite this article, and I can see that there's actually an existing DOI number. So what I can do is copy the string of numbers at the back, again using Ctrl C. And then when I go back to my EndNote, I'm going to add this information into the DOI field. So I'm going to use Ctrl V to paste it, and then use Ctrl S to save. Now that I have saved it, you can see that the DOI number now reflects in the preview. However, the citation is still not correct. This is because there is one more step, which is to go to your reference and then find reference updates. EndNote will do a search and find the details which are associated with this DOI number. Do note that your internet must be connected for this function to work. Now you can click Update All Fields. And once it is done, you should see that the citation now displays correctly. We can also see that the details are now populated in the fields when you click on the Reference tab. Okay, now I have another paper here, but this paper does not have a DOI, so I have to manually enter this information. In this case, I can copy and paste the information from the PDF into the Reference tab. So I'm going to use Ctrl C to copy the title, Ctrl V to paste it here, and do so for the rest of the information. Do note that it's important for you to know which fields you need to generate the citation that you want to create. For the author field, do note that you need to enter your author names in separate lines, so I'll press the Enter key to put in a separate line. Once you are satisfied with your changes, press Ctrl S to save. Now if you click on the Preview tab, you will see that the citation now shows up correctly. When you are editing in the Reference tab, you are actually looking at a minimized view of the References tab. Okay, so if you actually want to edit this article in full view, you need to go to the reference and double click on it. In this case, you will open up the full or maximized view of the References tab. This view has more options at the top of the screen, such as allowing you to bold, italicize, or change the case of the reference. So in this case, I want to change the title to a sentence case. And it's always good to double check if there are any words where the capitalization needs to be retained. In this case, I'm retaining it for I'm retaining it for English. And then to save, again, use Ctrl S to save. Do note that to exit this screen, you need to click the small X to close the References tab. Do not click on the big X or you will close the EndNote program. Now, if I go to the preview, you can see again that my changes have now been reflected in the final citation. So that is all for this video, and we'll see you in the next one.